So today I am going to be converting that new potato bed that I made. Well, I don't know if converting is the right word, but I'm going to turn it into a keyhole garden, and I'll explain why in just a minute. And I'm going to plant the first few seed potatoes that I have. So you might have saw that on Friday I made this bed because the deer don't eat potatoes, so I wasn't going to give up my precious fenced-in garden space for something that they won't mess with. I made this, it's about 10 by 10, and I went to the farmer's market that I frequent every Saturday morning, and I was talking to one of the farmers that I purchased from and asked questions to, and told him about my bed, and then I was excited, and I was asking what he thought about how many plants I could fit in a 10 by 10 space. And he said, well, if you make rows, you're gonna have to, leave enough space in between the rows to walk through. He said, so why don't you do a keyhole garden? And at first I was like, I don't even understand. But as he started to talk, it made so much sense. So what I'm gonna do here is in the middle, I'm gonna create about a foot wide little pathway that's gonna go up just a ways, and then it's gonna circle around, little circle, so that I can walk in here just a bit, and I'll be able to access my plants from all the way around. So I'll be able to fit more potato plants in this space doing it this way. Anything that's planted toward the perimeter, I can access from the outside. Genius, right? So I just realized I brought the shovel instead of the pitchfork, and getting wood chips with a shovel is so much harder than with a pitchfork. But I also have a sprained ankle that I have re-injured, and I just don't want to walk back down there. So I just say all that to say that sometimes I don't think things through before I get started. It's okay. Got a little path here. Isn't that cute? So it's just enough room for me to walk into, and I can kneel down, and I'm gonna be able to reach everything inside of the bed, and then I can access the plants furthest from me from the outside. We had a hen last year get injured. We still don't really know what happened to her, but she started to limp, and the other chickens started to bully her, so she's been chilling in this coop all by herself for about a year now. And she just, when we let them out to free range every day, she just kind of goes off and does her own thing. And hey, Sunshine. She's the one chicken that my husband and children said that we have to let die naturally, that we cannot kill, because she's special. They don't really mess with her anymore. I don't know if it's because she stays away from them or they stay away from her, but she has her own palace, and she seriously lays the prettiest little eggs. That little pretty perfect egg. Y'all have heard me talk about leaf mulch before and how I'm so thankful that I have so much of it. And this little attachment that we have on the mower is what makes that possible. I was trying to get a shot of him on it, but he keeps going further away from me. Plus there's a huge cloud of dust, but we'll see if I can show you. Oh, super dusty in my eyes, but that is a lawn and leaf vacuum that attaches to the back of the mower, and it vacuums up the leaves and then crumbles them into little tiny bits so that we can use it for mulch. So he'll fill that up and then dump it up by the garden, and we have a pretty limitless supply that I'm really grateful for. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can, right? Oh, can you see my lamp? And that's super cool. My ankle's so messed up, y'all, but no time for rest. So I have 10 seed potatoes. Well, it was 3 potatoes that I cut into 10 pieces that I am gonna plant out now. So you wanna put the cut side down so that the eyes are pointing up. Little less than a foot apart. We're gonna go about 4 inches deep. I won't assume that you understand how this works, because I once upon a time did not know either, but you know, potato, it grows a sprout. This has probably happened in your kitchen before, but this is where the plant is gonna grow from. So everywhere that there's an eye, we actually have 1, 2, 3, there's at least 4 eyes on this that I can see. Only one of them is already sprouted. That is gonna produce a stalk that's gonna grow up out of the ground. And as it grows above the ground, then I'm gonna mound it up. And you can see this pile of leaves that my husband just dropped off for me because he's collecting leaves from the yard currently. That's actually what I'm gonna use to mound them with. I tried this out last year when I did a potato bed inside one of our fenced-in gardens. And I talked about this in my potato video, but I learned how quickly that hoeing up the dirt and using that to mound up was really labor intensive. So instead, I just got some wheelbarrow loads full of leaves and dumped those beside it, and my potatoes did just fine. So I plan to do that again this year. So I just thought I'd take an opportunity to explain how this grows. Oh, and the reason that you mound is because the tubers, the new potatoes, are gonna grow off of the green stalk that grows out of the ground. So if you don't mound the dirt up, you're gonna have less potatoes. So you wanna mound something around it. So as those continue to grow taller, you're gonna get new potatoes within whatever growing medium you use. In my case, it will